27 constituencies could be scrapped in the forthcoming boundaries review as they failed the population threshold set by the Constitution. These constituencies that were retained in the 2010 boundary review, despite not meeting the threshold, could now be dissolved, presenting a fresh headache for the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, which has to work out how to retain the number of constituencies as dictated by the Constitution. NTV's Zainab Ismail filed this report.
The Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission is expected to realign the borders of the country's constituencies before 2021. The law dictates that the process happens a year before the general election. This being the second review since 2010, IEBC will have a daunting task of redrawing the boundaries given the political intonations ahead of 2022. And with the census data out, some of the 27 constituencies that did not meet the Constitution's population threshold face an uncertain future.
Either you revisit the Constitution and amend it to cater for those constituencies that do not meet the population quota, or they cease to exist.
In the 2010 boundary review, the population threshold had been set at 133,000 people. That threshold has now been increased to 164,000 people.
It'll have to be an executive decision to keep those constituencies or amend the Constitution to allow for a less population or merge, which is not a very negative thing, by the way, because a constituency with 18,000 people is probably not a viable economic entity.
IBC Chair Ofula Chebukati in 2018 revealed that the Commission will need a budget of 8 billion shillings to review the electoral boundaries.
A boundary review is not a boardroom exercise. The Constitution requires that there be consultations with interested parties. The IBC is going to have to go around the country. If they have to undertake a review to expand or collapse the boundaries, they have to go to the ground again. So for sure, starting towards the end of next year, latest early 2021, there must be a review.
The census data will now inform the planning and allocation of resources and will be the basis of consideration for the review of the boundaries. Zainab Ismail, NTV.